Hello students, Jinali Shah welcomes you on behalf of Saraswat International Academy. Today we will begin with the next part of the chapter Morphology of Flowering Plants. Students, in previous video we have studied regarding the various types of inflorescence. We have also studied flower and their parts. In the parts we know that basically there are four whorls of the flowers. The innermost whorl is gynoecium, outer to gynoecium is androecium, outer to androecium is corolla, and the outermost part is the calyx. Out of these four parts, the calyx and corolla, they are said to be the accessory, or you can say non-essential part or helping parts of the flower, whereas the androecium and gynoecium, as they are directly involved in the process of sexual reproduction, they are called as the reproductive, or you can say essential parts of the flower. Then we have also studied the calyx and corolla in detail. Now students, today first of all we will deal with the estivation. Now we have studied regarding calyx and corolla. Calyx, it is the outermost part of the flower whose individual units are called as sepals. And then there is corolla, which is inner to the calyx, and its individual units are called as petal. Now students, how are sepals and petals arranged in the bud condition of a flower? What is that called as? That is called as the estivation. So basically estivation, it is the arrangement of the sepals and or you can say petals in the floral bud condition. So the mode of arrangement of sepals or petals in a floral bud with respect to the other members of the same whorl, it is called as estivation. What does that mean? Say for example, there are 5 sepals in the flower, there are 5 petals in the flower. Now, how are these 5 sepals arranged? Their arrangement in the bud condition is called as what? It is called as the estivation. Now students, according to your book, there are 4 names mentioned, there are 4 types, but actually there are 5 types of the estivation. First is valvate, second is twisted, third is imbricate, fourth is vexillary. These 4 are mentioned in your textbook, but apart from that there is another type of estivation which is called as the quincuntial type of the estivation. So first of all, what is estivation? The arrangement of the sepals or petals in the floral bud with respect to the other members of the same whorl. Say for example 5 petals है. Say for example अभी एक petal कैसा arranged है दूसरे petal के comparison में. What is that called as? It is called as the estivation. Now we will study each and every type. So first is valvate. So what is valvate type of estivation? So when sepals or petals in the whorl just touch each other at the margin without overlapping, as in calotropis, it is said to be valvate. So valvate यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि उनके margins एक दूसरे से overlap नहीं हो रहे हैं. They only touch each other at the margin. So this type of the estivation is called as the valvate. See students, here you can see that the margins, they are not overlapping each other. Then this type of estivation is called as the valvate type, and it is found in calotropis. ये diagrammatic representation है, and this is a flower shown with the valvate estivation. Then the next type is twisted. Now here which type of arrangement is seen? So basically if one margin of the appendage overlaps that of the next and so on, as in China rose, lady's finger and cotton, it is called as twisted. यानी क्या होती है? Say for example this is the margin. Now this margin is overlapping the another, then this is overlapping the another margin, this is overlapping the another margin. तो देखो आप यहाँ पे ये देख सकते हो कि here the margins are overlapping. Each and every member है, चाहे वो सेपल की बात कर रहे हैं या पेटल की बात कर रहे हैं, एक मार्जिन अंदर की तरफ है, एक मार्जिन बाहर की तरफ है. In the second one also you can see one is towards the outer side and other is towards the inner side. So the margins, they overlap the adjacent member. That is called as what? Twisted type of estivation. See, this is one margin, this is another member, this is another member, this is another member. So this type of the estivation is called as the twisted, where the one margin of the appendage, it overlaps the other one will overlap the next one will overlap the member found nearer to it. So that is called as the twisted type of the estivation. Now the next one is imbricate type of the estivation. So basically in the imbricate, and the last one which is not mentioned in the book, that is quincuncial. So यहाँ पे basically there are total 5 members, यानी either we talk about 5 petals or 5 sepals. Now यहाँ पे कैसा arrangement होता है? So basically यहाँ पे भी overlapping होगा, but that overlapping is irregular. Twisted में हमने देखा कि each and every member was overlapping the next member, but यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि there is overlapping, but overlapping is irregular. So what is the condition here, students? Listen very carefully. Out of the 5 member, one member is completely inside, say student, and one member is completely outside. Here you can see this margin is completely towards the inner side. For this petal, it is completely towards the outer side. Now remaining 3 members, remaining जो 3 petals या sepals है, वो कैसे है? ओवरलैपिंग है, जिसकी एक एंड बाहर की साइड है, एक एंड अंदर की तरफ है. यहाँ पे भी देखो, one end is towards the outer side, other is towards the inner side. In this one also, one is towards the outer side and other is towards the inner side. So what is imbricate type of estivation? के जहाँ पे arrangement is overlapping one, but they are irregularly overlapping. One member is completely inside, as you can see here, one member is completely outside, and the remaining 3 are arranged in such a way that their one margin is external and other margin is internal. Such type of the estivation is called as the imbricate type of the estivation. So if the margins of sepals or petal overlap one another but not in any particular direction, as in cassia and gulmohar, the estivation is said to be imbricate. Students, keep in mind these examples are very important from examination point of view as well as for your NEET purpose too. Clear, students? So what is imbricate estivation? Estivation in which the margins are overlapping but not in a particular direction. Imbricate में always ऐसा रहेगा कि एक margin will be towards the inner side, one member will be completely towards inner side, one member here, see here also you can see this member is completely towards the outer side, this member is completely towards the inner side, and in remaining 3 their one margin is outer, other is inner. Here this is inner, this is outer, inner and outer. So such type of estivation is seen in is called as the imbricate type of the estivation. Now students, the next type is the vexillary type of the estivation. So what is vexillary estivation? So basically this estivation normally is only for the corolla. यानी ये जो arrangement है ये सिर्फ petals के लिए है. What is estivation? It is arrangement of the sepals or petals in the floral bud. So ये जो vexillary type of estivation की हम बात करते हैं तो उसमें we are only talking about the arrangement of what? Arrangement of the petals. Vexillary estivation में sepals का arrangement नहीं होता है. Now basically ये जो estivation है which is found in the basically जो leguminous plants होते हैं normally उनके flower के petal में vexillary estivation दिखता है. So in pea and bean flower there are 5 petals. See here it is mentioned petals. So vexillary estivation is only for the corolla, or you can say only it is explaining the arrangement of the petals. In vexillary estivation sepals cannot be arranged. So students, here there are total 5 petals. Out of the 5 petals, the largest one is called as the standard petal. Okay. Now this standard petal, it overlaps the 2 lateral petals. So these are the 2 lateral petals which are called as the wings. Now these 2 lateral petals in turn will overlap the 2 smallest anterior petals, and these anterior petals are called as the keel. So टोटल 5 पेटल्स है, वो 5 पेटल में देर इज वन लार्जेस्ट पेटल विच इज कॉल्ड एज अ स्टैंडर्ड पेटल. दिस लार्जेस्ट पेटल इट ओवरलैप्स the 2, this is the largest petal which in turn overlaps the 2 lateral petals. These lateral petals are called as wing. Now these wing petals in turn overlap the 2 smallest petals, and these smallest petals are called as keel. So this type of the estivation is called as vexillary or papilionaceous estivation. It is called as papilionaceous estivation. Okay. सो दिस इज रिगार्डिंग द वैक्सिलरी. यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि बाहर का पेटल लार्जेस्ट है. ये लार्जेस्ट पेटल 2 लेटरल पेटल को ओवरलैप करता है, एंड ये 2 लेटरल पेटल दे ओवरलैप द इनर मोस्ट पेटल, स्मॉलेस्ट एंटीरियर पेटल्स कॉल्ड एज द कील. सो दैट इज रिगार्डिंग द वैक्सिलरी टाइप ऑफ द एस्टिवेशन. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, the next type of the estivation, this is not mentioned in your book, but for your explanation purpose, it is called as the quincuncial estivation. What is it called as? Quincuncial estivation. So basically it is a type of a modification, or you can say one type of the imbricate estivation. Imbricate estivation में क्या था? One petal was complete, one member was completely inside, one member was completely outside, and in remaining 3 the condition was one margin was towards the outer side and one margin was towards the inner side. Now students, in the quincuncial type of estivation, condition ये है कि 2 members are completely outside, 2 members are completely inside, and in the remaining one, the one margin is towards the outer side and one margin is towards the inner side. Are you getting my points? It is a type of the estivation के जहाँ पे 2 members are completely outside, 2 members are completely inside, and one member is having its one margin towards the outer side and other margin towards the inner side. So that is called as the quincuncial type of the estivation. Clear students? So it is a type of the imbricate estivation in which 2 petals are external, 2 are internal, and one petal is with one margin internal and the other margin external, as it is seen in guava. So this is called as the quincuncial type. See students, here also you can see this is completely outside, this one is also completely outside, this one and this one both are completely inside, and ये वाला जो member है उसकी एक margin is towards the outer side and one margin is towards the inner side. Such type of the estivation is called as the quincuncial type of the estivation. So that was regarding the estivation, which explains how the sepals or petals are arranged in the bud condition of a flower. See students, यहाँ पे estivation, it is arrangement of sepals, petal and floral bud. ये वाला जो है valvate है, this is twisted, this is quincuncial, imbricate and vexillary. We have studied each of them in detail. This here you can again see the diagram. Valvate touching only the margins, that do not overlap. यहाँ पे there is overlapping in such a way that one member overlaps the other, in such a way that one margin is towards the outer side, other is towards the inner side. Imbricate, one member completely inside, one member completely outside, and in 3 one margin is towards the outer side and other margin is towards the inner side. Then this is quincuncial, where 2 members are completely outside, two members are completely inside and one member with one margin towards the outer side and other towards the inner side. And the lastly, vexillary, where there is a one largest standard petal which in turn overlaps the two lateral petals called as the wings, and these wings in turn overlap the smallest anterior petal called as the keel. Keep in mind that this vexillary estivation is only for the petals of the legumes plant. So that is regarding the estivation. Now students, we will talk with the next floral part, that is called as the androecium. Androecium is a male reproductive part of the flower. जैसे sepals were the individual units of calyx, petals were the individual units of the corolla, वैसे ही androecium is a male reproductive part of the flower whose individual units are called as the stamen. So androecium, it is composed of what? It is made up of the stamen. Now each stamen, it represents the male reproductive organ and it consists of the stalk or a filament and an anther. So stamen is composed of two parts. It consists of a stalk which is called as a filament. Towards the upper type of a filament, it is a structure called as the anther. So this is the anther, this is the filament. Now students, this anther and filament, उनके बीच में connection है. That connection is called as what? It is called as the connective. So that is the structure of a stamen. This is a structure of a stamen. Now ये जो anther है, it consists of basically two lobes. देखो, this is one lobe, this is the another lobe. The anther, this is the anther, this is the filament. Now each anther consists of the two lobes and each lobe further have the two chambers. So these chambers are called as the pollen sac. What are the chamber called as? These chambers are called as the pollen sac. This part is the anther. ये वाला part जो है वो क्या है? Filament है. And anther and filament को connect करता है a short structure which is called as the connective. Each anther has a two lobe and each lobe consists of the two chambers. These chambers are called as pollen sac, and pollen sac are the regions where the pollen grains are produced. Pollen sac are the structure के जहाँ पे pollen grain का production होता है. So students, each androecium is composed of stamen. Each stamen is a male reproductive organ which consists of a stalk or filament and the anther. The portion of a stamen which connects the anther and filament is called connective. So connection between anther and filament is called as connective. Each anther is usually bilobed and each lobe has two chambers, the pollen sac. So there are how many lobes? Two lobes, and each lobe have how many chambers? Two chambers. ये जो chamber है उसको क्या बोलते हैं? Pollen sac. And what is the function of the pollen sac? So basically they are the regions where pollen grains are produced. So pollen grains are produced in the pollen sac. A sterile stamen is called as staminode. Sterile stamen यानी stamen है, anther है, लेकिन pollen grains का production नहीं हो रहा है. So such sterile stamen के जिसमें pollen grains का production नहीं हो रहा है, it is called as a staminode. Now, stamens of the flower may be united with other members such as petal or amongst themselves. Very important. अभी ये जो stamen है, stamen के बाहर का part कौन सा है? Corolla. Corolla के units को क्या बोलते हैं? Petal. So, stamen may be united with the petals और they may be united with themselves also. यानी एक stamen दूसरे stamen के साथ united हो सकती है. So when the stamens are attached to petals, it is called as epipetalous. यानी stamens अगर किससे connected है? Petal से. That condition is called as epipetalous, as it is found in brinjal. Or it is called as epiphyllous when it is attached to the perianth. What is perianth? कि जब sepals and petals are not distinguishable, or we can say we cannot differentiate between calyx and corolla. then that condition is called as perianth. And perianth के individual members को क्या बोलते हैं? I told you it is called as the tepals. So जब stamen tepal से attached है, it is called as the epiphyllous condition. That is epiphyllous when attached to perianth, and this condition is found in the flowers of lily. Now see students, these are the androecium. Here you can see this part is called as anther, this stalk is called as a filament, and ये देखो पीछे की तरफ देख सकते हो आप कि ये जो एंथर है और ये फिलामेंट है, दिस इज फिलामेंट, दिस इज एंथर, ये दोनों के बीच में का कनेक्शन है. व्हाट इज दैट कनेक्शन कॉल्ड एज? इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ connective. So this is the structure of the stamen. Now the various types of the stamen. So which are the various types of the stamen? So first is monoadelphous type of stamen. So what is monoadelphous type of the stamen? So here all the stamens of the flower are united in one bundle by the fusion of their filaments only. Say for example flower में 10 stamens है. Now all these 10 stamens they get united and they form a single bundle. All the 10 stamens they get united and form a single bundle. Now कौन से portion से वो stamens joint होगी? So basically fusion is of their filament only. यानी ये जो 10 stamen है उनके filaments attached है, लेकिन सबके एंथर्स कैसे है? फ्री है. सो बेसिकली द स्टेमेन में बी डिवाइडेड इनटू वन बंच और वन बंडल, यानी जितने भी स्टेमेन है वो सब अटैच हो जाएंगे एंड एक ही ग्रुप बनाएंगे. उनके फिलामेंट्स अटैच हो गए, उनकी एंथर्स फ्री होगी. एग्जाम्पल इन चाइना रोज. देन सेकेंड वन इज डाईएडेल्फस. सो व्हाट इज डाईएडेल्फस टाइप ऑफ द स्टेमेन? सो ये कंडीशन में क्या होता है बेसिकली स्टूडेंट्स के जैसे मैंने बोला कि मोनोएडेल्फस में कितने बंडल बनते हैं? एक ही बंडल बनता है, राइट? वेयर एज स्टूडेंट्स इन डाईएडेल्फस 2 bundles are formed. Say for example total 10 stamens है. सो बेसिकली ऐसा से फॉर एग्जाम्पल 8 + 2 का अरेंजमेंट बना, यानी एक बंडल में टोटल 8 स्टेमेंस है एंड दूसरे बंडल में कितने हैं? टोटल 2 है. सो इन दिस वे इफ दे आर यूनाइटेड एंड इट फॉर्म्स द 2 bundles देन इट इज कॉल्ड एज डाईएडेल्फस. यहाँ पे भी उनके फिलामेंट्स से फ्यूज्ड हो गए, उनके एंथर्स कैसे रहेंगे? फ्री रहेंगे. So basically all the stamens of a flower are united in 2 bundles by fusion of their filaments only. Their anthers are free. So basically the stamens may be united in 2 bundles. It is called as diadelphous and it is found in P. And finally polyadelphous के जहाँ पे filaments united है, anther free है, but जैसे diadelphous में 2 bundles बने, मोनोएडेल्फस में एक ही बंडल बना. इन पॉलीएडेल्फस इफ मोर देन 2 bundles आर फॉर्म्ड देन दैट कंडीशन इज कॉल्ड एज द पॉलीएडेल्फस. सो द फिलामेंट्स ऑफ ऑल द स्टेमेंस यूनाइट टू फॉर्म मोर देन 2 groups. द एंथर्स आर फ्री. सो बेसिकली स्टेमेंस आर यूनाइटेड इनटू मोर देन 2 bundles. इट इज कॉल्ड एज पॉलीएडेल्फस साइट्रस. से फॉर एग्जाम्पल 10 स्टेमेंस है, ये 10 स्टेमेन ने ग्रुप बना दिया है. एक ग्रुप में 3 है, एक ग्रुप में से फॉर एग्जाम्पल 4 है एंड दूसरे ग्रुप में फिर से 3 है. सो कितने ग्रुप्स बने? 3 ग्रुप्स बने. सो व्हाट इज दैट कॉल्ड एज? इट इज कॉल्ड एज पॉलीएडेल्फस. सो इफ मोर देन इफ द फिलामेंट्स or you can say stamens are united in such a way that they form more than 2 groups. बेसिकली जो यूनाइट होते हैं वो कहाँ से होते हैं? सिर्फ फिलामेंट से. उनके एंथर कैसे रहेंगे? फ्री रहेंगे. देन दिस टाइप ऑफ द स्टेमेन इज कॉल्ड एज द पॉलीएडेल्फस स्टेमेन. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स द नेक्स्ट टाइप इज सिनजेनिशियस टाइप ऑफ द स्टेमेन. सो नाउ लिसन, यहाँ हमने मोनोएडेल्फस, देन वी हैव स्टडीड डाईएडेल्फस, देन वी हैव स्टडीड पॉलीएडेल्फस. कि यहाँ पे क्या अटैच था? उनका स्टेमेंस में फिलामेंट्स वर अटैच्ड, एंथर्स वर फ्री. ये सब कंडीशन, चाहे वो मोनोएडल्फस हो, डाईएडल्फस हो या पॉलीएडल्फस हो, ये तीनों में क्या था कि यूनाइट हो रहे थे, लेकिन क्या पार्ट यूनाइट हो रहा था? फिलामेंट्स यूनाइट हो रहे थे। उनके एंथर्स कैसे थे? फ्री थे। नाउ देयर इज अ कंडीशन कॉल्ड एज द सिनजेनिशियस कंडीशन, कि जहाँ पे एंथर्स आर कनेक्टेड इन, सपोज 10 स्टेमेंस है, सो ये 10 स्टेमेंस के एंथर्स यूनाइटेड है, उनके जो फिलामेंट्स है वो कैसे है? फ्री है। से फॉर एग्जांपल ऐसा कोई कंडीशन है, ये 3 एंथर्स है। अभी ये देखो, ये एंथर्स के फिलामेंट्स कैसे है? ये फ्री है, लेकिन इनके जो एंथर्स है वो कैसे है? यूनाइटेड है। सो दैट कंडीशन इज कॉल्ड एज द सिनजेनिशियस कंडीशन, कि जहाँ पे the anthers of all the stamens of a flower unite to form a cylindrical structure. Their filaments are free. It is found in sunflower, etc. Then synandrous condition. Okay, एक कंडीशन हमने जैसे देखे कि फिलामेंट्स अटैच थे, एंथर फ्री थी। दूसरी कंडीशन में ये देखा कि एंथर्स यूनाइटेड थे, फिलामेंट फ्री थे। अभी ऑफ कोर्स लास्ट कंडीशन क्या बचती है कि एंथर्स एज वेल एज द फिलामेंट्स, बोथ ऑफ देम आर फ्यूज्ड. So when anthers as well as the filaments are fused throughout their whole length, it is called as synandrous condition. It is found in cucurbita. And finally the last type, polyandrous, यानी कैसे है? Stamens are free, कोई भी कोई भी fusion नहीं है, all the stamens are free. So the stamens are indefinite and free. So basically the stamens in a flower may remain free, ranunculus, etc. So these are the various types of the stamens. There may be variation in length of the filament within the flower. यानी क्या बोल रहे हैं? Say for example एक flower है, okay? This is a flower कि जिसका एक स्टेमेन की लेंथ ऐसी है, एक स्टेमेन ऐसा है, एक स्टेमेन की लेंथ काफ़ी बड़ी है फिलामेंट की. So basically in a flower you can see that in certain cases the length of the filaments they vary. सब फिलामेंट्स की लेंथ कैसे होगी? डिफरेंट होगी. It is seen in salvia and mustard flower. So that is regarding the various types of the stamen. Here students you can see monoadelphous condition कि जहाँ पे देखो कि उनके एंथर्स कैसे है? दे आर विच टाइप ऑफ एंथर्स आर दे? फ्री. एंड नीचे देखो ये एक ही बंडल बनाया है. डाईएडल्फस, हियर यू कैन सी that there and it is forming how many bundles? 2 bundles. Filaments basically joined है और anthers free है. Then this is polyadelphous, see more bundles are formed. Then syngenesious कि जहाँ पे हमने देखा कि anthers united है और filament कैसे है? free है. And the next type was synandrous के anthers and filaments दोनों fused है. So that condition is called as the synandrous. So that was regarding the male reproductive part of a plant called as the androecium. Now we will begin with the innermost part of the flower, which is a female reproductive part called as the gynoecium. So जैसे एंड्रोशियम के इंडिविजुअल यूनिट्स को स्टेमेन बोलते हैं, वैसे जो गाइनोशियम है उसके इंडिविजुअल यूनिट को आइदर कार्पेल बोलते हैं या पिस्टिल बोलते हैं. What is it called as? Either carpel or it is called as the pistil. So gynoecium is a female reproductive part of a flower and is made up of one or more carpels. These carpels are also called as the pistils. The carpels are also called as the pistils. Now जैसे स्टेमेन के 3 पार्ट्स थे, एंथर, फिलामेंट एंड कनेक्टिव, सेम वे जो फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव पार्ट है जिसको हम बोलते हैं पिस्टिल या कार्पल, this also consists of 3 parts called as stigma, style and ovary. Now students मैं explain करती हूँ. जो कार्पल का बेसल पार्ट है वो जो swollen है, that swollen part is called as the ovary. Now from the ovary arises a elongated structure, elongated tube or filament like structure. This elongated filament is called as the style. and the tip of the style is called as the stigma. So these are the three parts of the carpel. The basal swollen part of the carpel is called as the ovary. This ovary consists of a cushion-like structure which is called as the placenta, and on this placenta what are arranged? Ovules are arranged. जैसे पोलन सैक था एंथर में जिसमें पोलन ग्रेन्स बनते थे, सेम वे ओवरी के अंदर एक कुशन लाइक स्ट्रक्चर है जिसको बोलते हैं प्लासेंटा, एंड वो प्लासेंटा के ऊपर क्या होता है? ओव्यूल्स. Now from the ovary arises an elongated tube which is called as a style, and tip of the style is called as stigma, and this stigma is the receptive for the pollen grains. यानी कि pollen grains after pollination will come and sit on the stigma. So these are the three different regions of the carpel. Ovary is the enlarged basal swollen part on which lies the elongated tube, the style. The style connects the ovary to the stigma. The stigma is usually at the tip of the style and is the receptive surface for the pollen grains. Clear student? So carpel ka basal part which is swollen is called as what? Ovary. From the ovary arises a elongated tube which is called as style. So basically we can say that style connects the stigma to the ovary, and the tip of the style is called as stigma, which is a receptive for the pollen grains, which means pollens after pollination will sit on the stigma. Now each ovary bears one or more ovules attached to the flattened cushion like placenta. So within the ovary is a flattened cushion like structure called as the placenta, and on that placenta the ovules are arranged. So that is regarding the gynoecium. Now students, when more than one carpel is present, they may be free as in lotus and rose and are called as apocarpus. So क्या बोल रहे हैं? Listen very carefully. मैंने बोला कि एक कार्पल भी हो सकता है या मोर देन टू कार्पल्स भी हो सकता है. अगर एक ही कार्पल है तो मोनोकार्पेलरी, दो कार्पल्स है तो बाइकार्पेलरी, थ्री कार्पल्स है तो ट्राइकार्पेलरी, एंड देन सो ऑन कॉल्ड एज पॉलीकार्पेलरी कंडीशन. अभी इफ देर आर मोर देन वन कार्पल्स देन दैट कार्पल्स दे मे बी फ्री, यानी वो किसी के साथ यूनाइटेड नहीं होते हैं. So if the carpels are free, that condition is called as apocarpus condition. It is found in lotus and rose. And if the carpels are fused, carpels कैसे है? Fused है. That condition is called as syncarpus. It is found in mustard and tomato. So there are two terms for the carpels. If the carpels are free, then it is called as apocarpus, and if they are united, it is called as the syncarpus condition. Now after fertilization, we know ovules develop into seeds and ovary will form a fruit. So ovules after fertilization gets converted into seeds कि जिसके अंदर एम्ब्रियो होता है और नए प्लांट का फॉर्मेशन करता है. एंड ओवरी इट मैच्योर्स इनटू द फ्रूट. ओवरी किस में कन्वर्ट हो जाती है? फ्रूट में. सी स्टूडेंट्स, दिस इज अ गाइनोशियम. दिस इज अ लोअर बेसल पोर्शन कॉल्ड एज ओवरी. ओवरी के टिप के ऊपर ट्यूबुलर स्ट्रक्चर है स्टाइल, एंड टिप ऑफ द स्टाइल इज कॉल्ड एज स्टिग्मा. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, हियर यू कैन सी द टू कंडीशंस. दिस इज एपोकार्पस के देखो तीन कार्पल्स है, लेकिन तीन कार्पल्स कैसे है? फ्री फ्रॉम ईच अदर. जबकि यहाँ पे देखो सिनकार्पस कंडीशन में कि ये कैसे है? फ्यूज्ड है, एंड ये कैसे है? फ्री है. सो दैट इज रिगार्डिंग द gynoecium. Now I told you in the ovary is the placenta, and this placenta bears the ovules. So now how are ovules arranged in the ovary on the placenta? Ovules का arrangement ovary में कैसे हुआ है? Their arrangement is called as the placentation. So हमने बहुत सारे चीज़ का अरेंजमेंट देखा. जैसे लीफ के अरेंजमेंट को क्या बोला हमने? फाइलोटैक्सी. फ्लावर्स के अरेंजमेंट को क्या बोला? इनफ्लोरेसेंस. फिर हमने दूसरे किसका अरेंजमेंट देखा? सेपल्स एंड पेटल्स का. व्हाट वाज देयर अरेंजमेंट? कॉल्ड एज एस्टिवेशन. सेम वे ओवरी के अंदर ओव्यूल्स होते हैं. हाउ आर दे अरेंज्ड इन द ओवरी? देयर अरेंजमेंट इज कॉल्ड एज द प्लासेंटेशन. So the arrangement of the ovules within the ovary is called as placentation. What is placentation? It is the arrangement of the ovules within the ovary. Now basically there are 5 types: marginal, axile, parietal, basal, central and free central. These are the various types of the placentation. So first of all, the marginal type of the placentation. नाम से ही मालूम पड़ता है, they are arranged on the margin. So in marginal placentation, the placenta forms a ridge along the ventral surface suture of the ovary and the ovules are born on this ridge forming the 2 rows. अब सबने pea plant देखा है, right? तो पी प्लांट में पीस जो रहती है, पीस सबने देखा है. तो पी पॉड में कैसा होता है? सो ऑन द मार्जिन आर द पीस अरेंज. सी स्टूडेंट्स, दिस टाइप ऑफ अरेंजमेंट इज कॉल्ड एज मार्जिनल. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, व्हेन द placenta is axial and the ovules are attached into it in a multilocular ovary, the placentation is said to be axile. Now locules. Locules, first of all, the term locules. What are the locules? They are the chambers, they are the cavities within the ovary. If there is only one cavity in the ovary, it is unilocular. If there are 2 cavities in the ovary, bilocular. And if there are more than 2 locules in the ovary, that condition is called as the multilocular. Right? Are you getting my point? कोई भी ओवरी में अगर एक ही कैविटी है, एक ही चेम्बर है, it is called as unilocular. If there are 2 chambers in the ovary, it is called as bilocular. And if there are 3 chambers in the ovary, 3 or more chambers in the ovary, it is called as the which type of ovary? Multilocular ovary. Now students, ये जो एक्साइल प्लासेंटेशन की बात कर रहे हैं, so basically it is found in a multilocular ovary के जहाँ पे प्लासेंटा देखो ये ऐसा एक्सिस बना रहा है and on this axis देखो ये ovules arranged है. So that type of the placentation is called as the axile. कितने chambers देख रहे हैं? Here you can see that there are 3 chambers, 1, 2 and 3. And ये 3 chamber के जो axis है उसके ऊपर क्या arranged है? Ovules. That is called as the axile type of the placentation. This type of placentation is found in China rose, tomato and lemon. Now the third type is the parietal type के जहाँ पे the ovules develop on the inner wall of the ovary or on the peripheral part. Ovary is 1 chamber but it becomes 2 chamber due to the formation of the false septum. Example mustard and argemone. So basically say for example ये placenta है. अभी ये ओवरी का जो इनर पार्ट है, सॉरी पेरिफेरल पार्ट है, सो ये पेरिफेरल पार्ट पे क्या अटैच हो जाते हैं? देखो से फॉर एग्जांपल दिस इज़ द ओवरी. नाउ यहाँ पे देखो ये प्लस ओव्यूल्स अरेंज्ड है. ओके, देन अगेन दिस आर द ओव्यूल्स अरेंज, देन दिस आर द ओव्यूल्स अरेंज. सो बेसिकली ये एक ही लोक्यूल है बट ये जो ओव्यूल्स के अरेंजमेंट की वजह से कैसा हो सकता है? इट appears as if it is 2 chambered, right? So that condition is called as the parietal type. So basically the ovules are arranged on the peripheral part of the ovary. It is found in mustard and argemone. Then free central. When the ovules are born at the central axis and the septa are absent as in dianthus and primrose, it is called as free central. फ्री सेंट्रल. सो बेसिकली क्या होता है? यहाँ पे पार्टीशंस नहीं होते हैं एंड टूवर्ड्स द सेंट्रल पार्ट ऑफ द ओवरी ओव्यूल्स आर अरेंज. देखो दिस इज द सेंट्रल पार्ट ऑफ द ओवरी के जहाँ पे ओव्यूल्स है. सो दिस टाइप ऑफ द एस्टिवेशन इज कॉल्ड एज द दिस टाइप ऑफ द प्लेसेंटेशन इज कॉल्ड एज द फ्री सेंट्रल कि जहाँ पे वहाँ कहाँ पे अरेंज्ड है? टूवर्ड्स द सेंट्रल पार्ट. In the parietal it is arranged towards the peripheral part, right? And lastly the next type is the basal type कि जहाँ पे the placenta is developed at the base of the ovary, and on that placenta there is only the single ovule, right, attached to the it. So basically basal placentation में the placenta develops at the base of the ovary and single ovule is attached to it. It is found in sunflower and marigold. So these are the various types of the placentation. Here also you can see the mode of the distribution. See here marginal one कि प्लासेंटा इज़ डेवलप्ड अलोंग द मार्जिन. देखो ये मार्जिन के ऊपर प्लासेंटा है एंड ये मार्जिन के ऊपर प्लासेंटा है जिसके ऊपर क्या अरेंज्ड है, ओव्यूल्स अरेंज्ड है. यहाँ पे देखो यूनिकार्पेलेट ओवरी लिखा है, यूनिकार्पेलेट एक ही कार्पल होगा. एक्साइल, सो बेसिकली द कंपाउंड ओवरी विद द सेप्टम. सेप्टम यानी पार्टीशंस हो गए, यानी मल्टीलोक्यूलर ओवरी है एंड ये सेप्टम के ऊपर, ये पार्टीशन के ऊपर ओव्यूल्स अरेंज है. दिस इज नॉट गिवन इन योर बुक. सो ओव्यूल्स अराइज फ्रॉम द सरफेस ऑफ द सेप्टा. सो देखो ये पार्टीशंस हैं, ये पार्टीशंस के सरफेस के ऊपर ओव्यूल्स अरेंज्ड है. Parietal में क्या है? So basically the placenta is arranged on the ovary walls, or you can say it will intrude partitions, यानी inner तरफ ये जो wall है वो क्या बना रही है, intrusions बना रही है. These are called as the intrusions. Okay. So basically ovary is unilocular, but due to the intrusions it appears to be bichambered. Free central के जहाँ पे placenta is along the कंपाउंड ओवरी विदाउट द सेप्टा, कि यहाँ पे सेप्टा नहीं है, यहाँ पे सेप्टा है, यहाँ पे सेप्टा नहीं है. एंड बेसल के जहाँ पे प्लासेंटा इज प्रेजेंट एट द बेस ऑफ द ओवरी. सो दिस इज द मोड ऑफ द अरेंजमेंट ऑफ द ओव्यूल्स ऑन द प्लासेंटा इन द ओवरी, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज प्लासेंटेशन. सो वी हैव कंप्लीटेड ऑल द 4 parts of the flower. We have studied calyx, we have studied corolla, we have studied androecium and we have studied gynoecium. Now मैंने बोला कि fertilization होने के बाद ovary gets converted into fruit. So now students, there are various types of fruits. So which are those various types? So we will begin with the fruit. So basically a fruit is a characteristic feature of the flowering plant. सिर्फ flowering plant से fruits का formation कर सकते हैं. It is a mature or ripened ovary developed after the fertilization. Very important. So for after fertilization the ovary is converted into a fruit, or you can say it is a ripened or mature ovary. In certain condition the fruit is formed without fertilization. नॉर्मली फ्रूट कब बनता है? फर्टिलाइजेशन होने के बाद. बट इन सर्टेन केसेस द फ्रूट्स आर फॉर्म्ड विदाउट फर्टिलाइजेशन. सो सच फ्रूट्स आर कॉल्ड एज द पार्थेनोकार्पिक फ्रूट. सो इफ अ फ्रूट इज फॉर्म विदाउट फर्टिलाइजेशन ऑफ ओवरी, यानी फर्टिलाइजेशन प्रोसेस नहीं हुआ है, मेल एंड फीमेल गैमेट का फ्यूजन नहीं हुआ है एंड उसके पहले ही फ्रूट का फॉर्मेशन हो जाता है, then such condition, such fruits are called as the parthenocarpic fruit. Now the fruit consists of a wall or pericarp and the seeds. आप सबने fruits को देखे हैं. say for example mango की बात करते हैं. so mango के अंदर seed होता है and बाहर की side क्या होता है, layer होता है, fruit wall होता है. so that fruit wall is called as the pericarp, and within the pericarp there is the presence of the seeds. Are you getting my point? so बाहर fruit का जो बाहर का part है that is called as pericarp, and inner to that it consists of the seed. mango सबने देखा है, mango का बाहर का part is pericarp and अंदर वाला जो है वो seed है, right? now ये जो pericarp है it is of two type, either it may be dry or it may be fleshy. so when pericarp is thick and fleshy, it is differentiated into outer epicarp, middle mesocarp and inner endocarp. so basically दो टाइप के fruits होते हैं, dry fruits and fleshy fruits. so basically ये differentiation हुआ है किसके basis के ऊपर? pericarp के basis के ऊपर. अगर pericarp dry है then such fruits are called as dry fruits, and if pericarp is fleshy then such fruits are called as the fleshy fruits. now ये जो fleshy fruits है उसका जो pericarp है In them the pericarp is divided into 3 regions. So outer part is called as the epicarp, the middle part is called as the mesocarp, and finally the inner part is called as the endocarp. So if the pericarp is fleshy and thick, it is divided into 3 regions: epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. Now imagine the mango. मैंगो की बाहर की जो स्किन है दैट इज कॉल्ड एज एपिकार्प, मिडल फ्लैशी पोर्शन है, ज्यूसी पोर्शन है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज मेसोकार्प, एंड वो जो सीड के पहले का पार्ट है जो थोड़ा थिक रहता है, व्हाट इज दैट कॉल्ड एज? दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द एंडोकार्प. So in mango and coconut the fruit is known as a drupe. ओके, मैंगो और कोकोनट में फ्रूट को हम क्या बोलते हैं? ड्रूप बोलते हैं. दे डेवलप फ्रॉम द मोनोकार्पेलरी सुपीरियर ओवरीज एंड आर वन सीडेड. सी, अभी ये जो ड्रूप फ्रूट है वो किस में से डेवलप होता है? सो मोनोकार्पेलरी यानी एक ही कार्पल, सुपीरियर ओवरी यानी ओवरी ऑक्यूपाइज द हाईएस्ट पोजिशन, दूसरे फ्लोरल पार्ट्स बिलो द ओवरी, एंड आर ऑलवेज वन सीडेड. यानी एक मैंगो में कितना सीड होता है? सिर्फ एक ही सीड होता है, राइट? सो इन अ मैंगो द पेरिकार्प इज डिफ्रेंशिएटेड इनटू आउटर थिन एपिकार्प, मिडल फ्लैशी एडिबल मेसोकार्प एंड इनर स्टोनी हार्ड एंडोकार्प. अब सबने मैंगो देखा है. सो मैंगो का जो स्किन है दैट इज एपिकार्प, जो जूसी पोर्शन है जो हम खाते हैं दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द मेसोकार्प, एंड अंदर का जो पार्ट होता है जो गोटली रहती है दैट इज कॉल्ड एज एंडोकार्प, एंड विद इन एंडोकार्प वो अंदर आवाज विद इन एंडोकार्प देयर इज अ सीड. इन कोकोनट विच इज ऑल्सो अ ड्रूप द मेसोकार्प इज फाइब्रस. सो मेसोकार्प जो कोकोनट का है वो कैसा है? फाइब्रस है. So these are the different types of the fruit. मैंगो देखो ये एपिकार्प है, ये मेसोकार्प है, ये एंडोकार्प है, एंड एंडोकार्प के अंदर ये सीड है. एंड दिस इज अ कोकोनट के जहाँ पे जो ग्रीन जो फ्लैशी पार्ट है दैट इज सीड, एंडोकार्प वाला पार्ट विच इज अ फाइब्रस, एंड देन जो बाहर का एकदम रहता है दैट इज एपिकार्प. सो दैट आर रिगार्डिंग द फ्रूट. नाउ द नेक्स्ट पार्ट इज द सीड. जैसे मैंने बोला कि फ्रूट्स आफ्टर ओवरी आफ्टर फर्टिलाइजेशन इज कॉल्ड एज अ फ्रूट. सेम वे ओवरी के अंदर क्या होते हैं? ओव्यूल्स होते हैं. सो दिस ओव्यूल्स आफ्टर फर्टिलाइजेशन गेट्स कन्वर्टेड इनटू सीड्स. सो बेसिकली अ मैच्योर ओव्यूल, द फर्टिलाइज्ड ओव्यूल इज कॉल्ड एज अ सीड. सो द ओव्यूल्स आफ्टर फर्टिलाइजेशन डेवलप इनटू अ सीड्स. Now a seed is made up of seed coat and an embryo. So seed है, so उसके बाहर का part है that is called as the seed coat, and उसका inner part is what? It is called as the embryo. Now ये जो embryo है उसमें embryonic axis होते हैं. Now this embryonic axis is made up of two regions. One part is the radicle and another one is the plumule. Okay. Now the embryo is made up of radicle and embryonal axis and one or two cotyledons as it is found in monocots हो गए तो एक ही cotyledon होगा, example wheat and maize, and dicots हो गए तो उसमें दो cotyledons हो गए. Cotyledons are also called as the seed leaf. What are they called as? They are commonly called as the seed leaf, as in gram and pea. So first of all we will study in detail the structure of the dicotyledonous seeds or the dicot seed. So the outermost covering of the seed is called as seed coat. अभी ये जो seed coat है उसमें दो layers है. In the dicot, outer is testa and inner one is called as tegmen. आप सब ने bean seeds और ये सब देखा है. So suppose this is a bean seed. So इसका जो seed coat है उसमें दो layers है. outer layer is called as testa and testa के बाद क्या है? tegmen है. Now a hilum is a scar on a seed coat through which the developing seeds were attached to the fruit. आप सबने बीन सीड देखी है. बीन सीड के यहाँ पे आपने एक मार्क देखा होगा. This mark is called as the hilum, and this hilum suggests that it is this region which was attached to the fruit. Where are seeds found? Inside the fruit. यानी कि सीड्स एंड फूड्स के बीच में क्या होगा, अटैचमेंट होगा. सो ये हाइलम इज अ मार्क, इज अ स्कार, स्कार यानी मार्क. सो यहाँ पे आपको एक मार्क दिखेगा, दैट मार्क इज कॉल्ड एज अ हाइलम विच सेज दैट इट इज दिस रीजन विच वॉज अटैच टू द फ्रूट. नाउ हाइलम के ऊपर एक स्मॉल ओपनिंग है, एक माइन्यूट ओपनिंग है, पोर है. सो दैट पोर इज कॉल्ड एज द माइक्रोपाइल. सो द हाइलम is a scar through on the seed coat. The hilum, it is a scar on the seed coat through which the developing seeds were attached to the fruit. Above the hilum is a small pore called as the micropyle. Now when the seed coat, within the seed coat is the embryo consisting of the embryonal axis and the two cotyledons. So basically ये दो cotyledons होते हैं, ये embryonic axis है. ये एम्ब्रियोनिक एक्सिस का प्लूम्यूल पार्ट है एंड दिस पार्ट इज द रेडिकल पार्ट. एंड दिस टू आर द कॉटिलिडॉन्स. व्हाट आर दे आर द कॉटिलिडॉन्स. सो हियर द कॉटिलिडॉन्स, दे आर वेरी फ्लैशी एंड फुल of the reserve food material. The cotyledons, they store the food material. Now at the two ends of the embryonal axis are present plumule and radicle. So embryonic axis के दो regions है, उसके upper region को बोलते हैं plumule, lower region को बोलते हैं radicle. This plumule on germination will form the shoot system and radicle on germination will form the root system. In some seeds such as castor, the endosperm formed as a result of double fertilization is a food storing tissue and is called endospermic seeds. अभी डाइकोट्स में क्या होता है, आप लोग देखोगे कि एंजियोस्पर्म्स हमने स्टडी किया, उसमें डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन देखा, राइट. इन द लाइफ साइकिल ऑफ एंजियोस्पर्म वी हैव स्टडीड डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन. व्हाट वाज डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन? कि जहाँ पे वन मेल गैमेट फ्यूजेस विद द फीमेल गैमेट एंड जाइगोट बनता था, एंड दूसरा एक मेल गैमेट रहता है जो डिप्लॉयड सेल के साथ और सेंट्रल सेल था उसके साथ फ्यूज होकर क्या बनाता था, फाइनली एंडोस्पर्म बनाता था. सो बेसिकली इन कैस्टर सीड्स ये जो एंडोस्पर्म है वो एज इट इज़ रहता है एंड इट इज़ अ फूड स्टोरिंग स्ट्रक्चर फाउंड. So if endosperm is present, it is called as endospermic seeds. And in plants such as bee, gram and pea, endosperm is not present in a mature seeds. Endosperm होता तो है, but जैसे ही seeds mature होते हैं, that endosperm is completely consumed. वो बचता नहीं है. So that is called as the non-endospermic or non-endospermous seeds. So in plants like bean, gram and pea, the endosperm is not present in mature seeds and that seeds are called as the non-endospermic seeds. See students, this is a structure of a dicot seed. ये बाहर से आप देख सकते हो, ये seed coat है, यहाँ पे marking है, that marking is called hilum and there is a pore called as a micropyle. Whereas this is the inner structure, these are the two cotyledons, this is the embryonic axis जिसके ऊपर के पार्ट को बोलते हैं प्लूम्यूल एंड लोअर पार्ट इज कॉल्ड एज द रेडिकल. नाउ फाइनली द लास्ट टॉपिक फॉर टुडेज वीडियो, द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द मोनोकॉट सीड. सो बेसिकली मोनोकॉट सीड्स आर एंडोस्पर्मिक बट एज इन ऑर्किड्स आर नॉन एंडोस्पर्मिक. सो नॉर्मली मोनोकॉट सीड्स कैसे होते हैं, एंडोस्पर्मिक ही होते हैं, यानी उसमें एंडोस्पर्म रहता है. इट इज़ नॉट टोटली कंज्यूम्ड बाय द डेवलपिंग एम्ब्रियो और कॉटिलिडॉन्स. So they are endospermic. Exception is the orchids के जहाँ, some orchids के जहाँ पे non endospermic seeds रहेंगे. In the seeds of the cereal such as maize, the seed coat is membranous and generally fused with the fruit wall. अभी सबने maize देखा है, तो maize का जो seed coat है, it normally fuses with the fruit wall. Here the endosperm is bulky and stores the food. The outer covering of the endosperm separates the embryo by a proteinaceous layer called as the aileron layer. Okay. Now यहाँ पे जो endospermic region है वो endospermic region embryo को separate करता है. So say for example this is a seed, maize seed. This part is the endosperm. Which part it is? Endosperm. Okay. Endosperm का जो outer layer है उसमें प्रोटीन के सेल है. That is called as the aileron layer. So this alluron layer, it separates the embryonic part of the seed from the endospermic part. ये कौन सा part है? Endospermic part है. And ये कौन सा part है? Embryonic part है. So this embryonic and endospermic parts are separated by the layer called as the alluron layer, which is made up of the proteinaceous cells. Now the embryo is small and situated in a groove at one end of the endosperm. So endosperm के एक end पे embryo attached है. Now it consists of one large shield shaped cotyledon known as the scutellum. So basically ये क्या पार्ट है? कॉटिलिडॉन है. दिस पार्ट इज द कंप्लीट इज एंडोस्पर्म. यहाँ पे एक छोटा एम्ब्रियो है एंड दिस एम्ब्रियो कंसिस्ट ऑफ द लार्ज एंड शील्ड शेप्स कॉटिलिडॉन. सो यहाँ पे जो कॉटिलिडॉन है, व्हाट इज दैट कॉटिलिडॉन कॉल्ड एज scutellum, and it is shield shape, and the short axis with a plumule and the radicle. Plumule and radicle are enclosed in the sheath called as the coleoptile and coleorhiza respectively. So plumule is having a covering. That covering is called as the coleoptile. यानी जो plumule part है, जो shoot system बनाने वाला है, उसके पास एक sheath है. That sheath is called as coleoptile. Similarly, radicle is also covered by the sheath, and that sheath is called as the coleorhiza. What is the sheath called as? Coleorhiza. See students, this is the structure of a monocot seed. You can see here, this is the endospermic part, this is the embryonic part. यहाँ पे internal structure clear होगा. So see students, this is a seed coat and fruit wall. वो कैसे होते हैं? Fused होते हैं. Okay. Now see students, this is the endosperm. Now this endosperm के नीचे का पार्ट, ये वाला जो मेन एम्ब्रियो है, अभी ये एम्ब्रियोनिक एक्सिस में दिस पार्ट इज कॉल्ड एज व्हाट? दिस इज अ एंडोस्पर्म, राइट. ये एंडोस्पर्म शील्ड शेप है विच इज कॉल्ड, सॉरी, दिस इज अ कॉटिलिडॉन. दिस कॉटिलिडॉन इज शील्ड शेप एंड शील्ड शेप्ड कॉटिलिडॉन इज कॉल्ड एज व्हाट? स्क्यूटेलम. Listen very carefully. This is the internal structure of the dicot seed, monocot seed. Here you can see this is the endospermic part. और ये एल्यूरोन सेल्स है, और ये एल्यूरोन सेल्स एम्ब्रियोनिक पार्ट को किससे डिफ्रेंशिएट करता है? फ्रॉम द एंडोस्पर्मिक पार्ट. अभी ये पूरा एम्ब्रियो है. अभी एम्ब्रियो का मैक्सिमम पार्ट क्या है? कॉटिलिडॉन, विच इज शील्ड शेप, एंड दिस शील्ड शेप कॉटिलिडॉन इज कॉल्ड एज स्क्यूटेलम. अभी ये स्क्यूटेलम के एक ही एंड पे क्या है? एम्ब्रियो है. सो एम्ब्रियो के अपर पोर्शन इज प्ल्यूम्यूल, लोअर पोर्शन इज कॉल्ड एज रेडिकल. अभी प्ल्यूम्यूल के कवरिंग को बोलते हैं कोलियोप्टाइल एंड रेडिकल के कवरिंग को बोलते हैं कोलियोराइजा. सो दैट इज द structure of the monocot seed. So students, in today's lecture we have studied regarding estivation, we have studied regarding the androecium, we have studied regarding the gynoecium. After that we have studied the fruit, and also we have studied the seed. In the next lecture, which will be the final lecture for this chapter, we will be studying regarding the various plant families. I end my lecture here. Thank you students.